Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I would like to show you a spread that I invented, and it really works for me. It works for the spreads that I'm doing for my clients, and this is a very simple but very informative spread that you can use, and it really will help you in your work. I want to mention that it is my spread. I didn't read this spread anywhere else, and it's really workable and very informative, helpful spread, especially if you're working with clients. So the first thing that you're doing, basically you're just shuffling the deck, and the first card that you're going to take will be a card that will represent your client. This is a very important step. You have to understand what is the personality of the querent. You have to understand who is this person, what is his character. So the first card will be his character. The second card that we're going to take will be what is the overall energy in his life at the moment, what he is dealing with and what is happening in his life in a general way. The third card that we're going to take will be what is blocking the querent, what his obstacles, what is blocking him from moving forward and really interfering with his life path. The next three cards that we're going to take will be the cards of the past. So we're taking three cards, and you can take only two cards or even one card. Do as you want and as you feel comfortable for you. I'm taking three cards because in real life, when I'm doing readings for clients, I want to understand the situation in a better way. So the next three cards that we are taking is what the querent is thinking about, and we are putting on his head. This is the past, this is his thoughts, and now we're going to take three cards of what the querent is dealing right now in his life at the moment. It's different than this second card. The second card is an overall energy of what is the feeling of what is going on in his life, but those three cards are actually everyday things that the querent is dealing with. The next three cards are going to be his future. So this is very simple. This is the future cards. And the next three cards are going to be, the first is his surroundings, what his surroundings thinking about him, or what is his relationship with the close people. Are they supporting the querent or not, or they're interfering in his life? The next card is his wishes and what he wants to accomplish in life at the moment. And the last card is advice card. So this is a very informative spread. I want to remind you, if it's really difficult for you and it's too much cards, especially for beginners, you can only put one card on those positions. You can have one card of the past, one card of the thoughts, one card of what is dealing, but in real life, this is a very informative spread, especially if you're accepting clients to your home, and sometimes people don't want to tell what is going on in their life. They're just like checking you out to see if you're right. This is a very good spread to start with, because we can see who the person is, what is going on in his life, what is blocking him, what happened in the recent past. Here it will be a very key cards and key situations that happened in the past. We didn't said timing because sometimes in real life you're forgetting to say the timing. it will show to you what was very significant in his life that affected his life, what happened in the past. It will be a recent past, 3 months till 6 months. Sometimes it can show to you something that happened in the past year, not further than that. So this is his thoughts, this is what he's dealing with, and this is his future, the surroundings, his wishes, and the advice card. Also, it can be a card of the future. So now let's see what is the meaning of the cards, what is going on in this reading. So we can see that the person is at the position of the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is a personality of someone that is very logical, someone that likes to teach other people, someone that no one can control over that person. This is a very strong personality. Someone that is very tough. It can be a boss, it can be a teacher, someone that is very dominant and have a very logical approach to life. This person is not flying in the sky. This person is not someone that fantasizing a lot. He's very serious and can be very intelligent person, because the swords is the element of air. Air have to do with communications, with the mental, with the intelligence. So basically already we can see who the person is without even going further in what is going on in the querent's life. So we can see that the person has a strong personality, that is someone that is tough, someone that likes things to be in his own way. He don't like when people give him orders. These cards symbolize what is going on in his life from a higher power's perspective. What is going on in his soul, in his existence. And we have the Justice card. The Justice card symbolizes that things are happening in Querent's life without control. He cannot control what is going on in his life. Also, it says that to each of our Querent actions, there are consequences. So everything that he done, basically, this is what he's going to see in his life. Also, it can symbolize that this is the time where the Querent need to get rid of unnecessary things in his life. The things that are not working must go away from his life because they are really ruining his further movement in life. So this is a major arcana card. This is very suitable to be here. So we can see that some things are happening in Querent's life that he cannot have control. These cards symbolize what is blocking the Querent. We have the Five of Swords here, and we can see that the Querent is in denial. The Querent is battling with something in his life that has no importance. He is in some kind of a denial. We can understand that there were some past mistakes that the Querent did, and he don't want to face with those mistakes because he's afraid to be criticized. And the message that we can give to the Querent is that he must actually remove all of this past baggage, and he must stop with this ego of I don't want to see my mistakes. He has to accept his mistakes and move forward, because this is what actually blocking him to move in his life. Admit to your mistakes, admit to your hurt, and let go, because things will get worse if he will continue with this path. So already with 3 cards we can see what is going on in his life. We can understand that we have a tough person, that things are happening in his life with justice. Some justice is going on in his life. He is being viewed by higher powers for his actions. And he has the message that he did mistakes in the past. It's time to let go of the past. It's time to move on. Stop being in denial. It's like he's fighting this battle that have no importance. So now we're going to the past. We can see in the past that the Querent took too much projects on himself. and he basically was collapsing. There was something going on in his life that he didn't want to see. Instead of resolving his issues, he just took too much projects on himself, and it really made him depressed and tired. We can see that his many projects have to do with some money-making projects, something that has to do with work, but as you can see, the pentacles are gray. They are not really physical pentacles. So it maybe was just working and working and working, but not seeing lots of abundance. This card represents small income, something that still didn't realize. It's also a card of trade. So we can see that the person had maybe issues with import, export, maybe he had some business that has to do with that, and he has some issues because he took so much on himself. Something was not right in that department. We can see that he has the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Cups basically is a good card of some proposal, some proposition, but it's also a card of someone that is fantasizing a lot and not really doing much. I feel that the Querent missed something in his life. He missed something very important that kind of ruined his progress. Overall, also the Knight of Cups indicates new friendships, new things, something that you like to do, but it's still not a very, very material card. So we have here work, overload in working, and some fantasies that have potential, but they didn't came to fruition. They didn't manifest themselves. In his thoughts, we can see that the Querent want to leave something or wants to gather information. This is a card of information, of the internet. So basically the person is thinking maybe a work on the internet, maybe some work that has to do with the internet. Because the Six of Swords is a very logical card, a card of information, a card of movement of information. And we can see that we have a card of working and a card of battle. So basically our Querent is thinking and has a battle in his mind regarding some maybe work or project that has to do with communications and the internet, or publishing, writing, something that has to do, a work with information. And he's battling, he's not focused enough. So already we can say to the Querent that you need to really be focused on your goal. Don't be in this scattered energy. Be very focused in your work and try to balance your thoughts, because already we can see that the thoughts of the Querent is scattered. And he is a very mental person. We can see that by all of these cards. So now we are going to this position of what he's dealing with every day. What is going on in his life? As I said, those cards are different than the Justice card. The Justice is a very major card of what is going on a very spiritual, global level with the Querent, and those cards are representing what is going on in his life at the moment. So we can see that the Querent is maybe indulging too much, not taking responsibility over the things that he needs to do because maybe he feels not focused enough. And we see a card again of denial, card of struggles, and something is falling apart in his life and he really needs to take that to his consideration. And we also can see that the Querent is tied up to some situation. He's in imprisonment of his own thoughts or in his life. He always can break free from that situation, only if he will want. But it's really easy to say than in real life. In real life, it's a card of initiation. This situation that is happening in his life will pass eventually, and we can see that the person is very stagnant in his daily life. Something is not moving, but it will move. We can see also that the Querent is dealing with lots of emotions in his life, in his daily life. He is a bit overwhelmed, but if we see the chronological aspect of these three cards, we can say that this position will be better because we do have the Ace of Cups. So his daily life, his daily routine, although he has lots of emotions, it can also indicate that maybe our Querent need to balance his emotions and that water element can heal our querent. Maybe he needs to go out to places that have water, like lakes, rivers, the seas. It can really help him with this difficult situation that he's dealing with. The next cards that we are reading is the future cards, and we have the Hermit, Ace of Wands, and the Temperance. So the overall, we can see that the future is very nice for the querent. We see that the querent will fight his demons and eventually he will succeed. We can see the card of the Hermit. The Hermit is saying that the person will be in a search for his inner light, his inner wisdom. He will be alone. He will be with himself. He will be gathering information, esoteric knowledge maybe, and he will not be very involved with the social world. Also, we can see this outburst of energy and new creation that is going to happen due to this situation, and balance will happen in his life. This is a very good card of balancing the physical with the spiritual. So although our querent is fighting with some difficult things in his mind, he's in denial about something that happened in the past. Maybe he did something and it did not work for him and he didn't want to admit to that. But overall, the querent will surpass all of these issues because those cards are really good cards of some new creation, something new, burst of energy, burst of ideas, and new life. And pay attention that we have 4 of aces in one spread. We already by this card can say that the querent is actually starting a new life. He is in the beginning of something. We also see here the Ace of Cups, here the Ace of Wands, and at the end we see the Ace of Pentacles. So overall, this is a very fantastic news for the querent. So now let's see what is going on with his relationships, with his surroundings, what is going on with the people, how they're seeing him. And we can say that he has a troublesome partnership with someone, and he needs to balance his needs with other people. He needs to think of himself first, and we can see that there is some momentary calm in the relationship with other people, but it's only for him to gain this wisdom. The situation is not the best with the people around him, but because he has such wonderful cards, I don't think that he really needs to pay attention to what is going on with other people and how they can see him. He really needs to focus on his life and stop with this denial. So his wishes are actually the Hierophant card, and the Hierophant is a card of being a teacher, of someone that is teaching someone with wisdom that is spreading the wisdom. It can be a card of religion also and higher esoteric knowledge. So maybe this person is actually want to open some school, maybe he wants to open some course. And also in a very esoteric meaning, this card represents that our querent just want to be true with himself. This is his desires, because this is the card of the absolute truth. He really wants to be genuine with himself, with his life, with his surroundings, because something is not working there and he really wants to be true to himself. So this is his biggest wish. And he wants to be, of course, some person that can spread knowledge to other people and teach them something. So at the end, we have the Ace of Pentacles. This is a future card and a card of advice. So wonderful card. There is nothing better that we can say here. This is a card of manifestation, realization, and also the message in this card: don't be afraid of anything. Manifest your ideas. Don't be afraid. Just do it. Jump in the water. If you want to reach to this, if you want to be this, or you want to feel this card, do that and don't be afraid. And overall, we can see in the future our querent will manifest his things. He will get through these difficult cards, through this difficult situation, and he will manage to surpass that. So this is a very positive spread to our querent. I think it's a wonderful spread because we see wonderful cards of the future and at the end result. Also, we can say that he does have issue with surroundings. You can ask if the querent is married or what is going on in his life, and we can see that there are some issues with the people around him. So thank you for watching. I hope this spread really helped you. So if you're interested in private readings with me, visit my website coralapisacol.com. Goodbye.